In this video, if you have not been successful at making money online or you haven't been able to figure out what to do, what we're going to talk about is the common things that I see that hold a lot of people back and keep them from succeeding at making money online. So if I'd had a video like this, when I started, it would have been exactly what I needed. So I hope it helps you. The first one that I see a lot is people who are trying to get started or trying to make money online or in high ticket sales. They always say the same thing. I don't know exactly what to do. So since they don't know what to do, they just don't do anything. They do absolutely nothing. Like, that's their excuse. I have some news for you. No one in the history of the universe has ever known exactly what to do before they started anything. How could you know exactly what to do if you've never done something before? You're never going to have a complete picture of what to do before you start anything. Doesn't matter what it is. What you do is you just do the first thing and then you figure the rest out along the way. That's how it went for me and every other successful entrepreneur that I've ever met or spoken to. They didn't have like some golden plan. They just showed up every day, did the work that was in front of their face when they felt uncertain, and then you just figure the rest out as you go. And then you eventually get there one day. The point is, you have to start when you don't feel ready. You have to start when you feel uncertain about what you need to do and when you're not sure if the actions that you're about to take are going to work or not. That is normal, especially when it comes to accomplishing big goals or making money or whatever. In the context of high ticket sales, which is the easiest way for you to make a lot of money online quickly, if you just watch all my videos, I give you all the information that you need to know to get started. I give you the first steps very clearly for free all over this YouTube channel. Yet every day I talk to more and more people who still have an issue getting started. And this is because they are trying to see the entire path before they even start, before they even take the first step. And that is just not going to happen. You can't see the future. You just have to get started, and then the path will unfold as you keep going, as you keep taking the next step and the next step. That is how it works in reality. And this is what actually clicked for me back when I was procrastinating and couldn't make a move or couldn't get started with anything. I was in an old Sam Ovens course. It was Consulting Accelerator or something. And he was saying that exactly what I just said. Everyone he works with tries to see the entire path before they even get started, and that's just not possible, right? Because in reality, you can only see what you need to do today. You can only see the very next step in front of you, and you just need to take that step. And then the feedback you get from taking that step or taking that action is going to show you what you need to do next, and so on. And I don't know about for you, but for me, that was like immensely helpful. I was like, damn, so I just need to stop being a bitch. I'm the problem, right? It shined the light on me. I was like, oh, it's my fault, I just have to make moves when things are uncertain. That's just life. That's succeeding, Think about it like this. If there existed some golden, easy, step-by-step plan that allowed you to succeed and make tons of money without ever having to feel uncomfortable or ever make any mistakes, then everyone on earth would be rich and successful. You know what I'm saying? You get it? And this is why people don't do anything. They think a plan like that exists, but like rich people are gatekeeping it from them. This is so ridiculous, bro. That is not business or money. You are guaranteed to make mistakes and have to fail sometimes. You have to figure it out. And this is just a huge reason most people don't do anything. As someone who has been coaching and working with people in sales in the money space for a while now, this is almost every person across the board. This is what they do. They think like, if I make a mistake, that means I've failed completely. It's the end of the world. When instead it's like, well, just solve the problem and keep going. Just try again, Never stop trying, win. That's how it goes. Business at its core, or just making money at its core, is about solving problems. And so is sales. So is life. If you cannot handle having to solve problems consistently, you're never going to succeed at anything. Do you understand? Like, what most people think is, oh, well, I just have to find the plan, and then I'll have the plan, and it'll be super easy, and then I'll succeed, and everything will be easy from there. This is a fantasy. That's not how it works. The more and more money you make, the higher you go, the more problems you're going to have. But in a good way, where you have to like solve them to continue to go forward. There's no day where you're going to wake up and be like, oh, the work's done. I don't have to do anything ever again. That's never coming. But But people are also worried about doing the wrong thing or just doing things the wrong way. This is equally as common. And again, I've done a ton of shit the wrong way. I've posted a ton of the wrong content all the time. It doesn't matter, because by doing things, that's how you figure out what the right things are to do. And in the context of this, high ticket sales, sometimes you will apply to the wrong type of business, but you figure out what the right ones are, what the good jobs are, by just doing the outreach, applying, sending the messages. And if you are like this concerned about finding some exact step-by-step plan, you need to join a program like mine or someone else's. It doesn't matter. You just need to get some help, because I can hold your hand the entire time. I can walk you through every step. And when you make a mistake, I can show you, hey, this is no big deal. Here's how we're going to solve it, and keep moving forward. But that's your option, you know? And if you're not willing to do that, first of all, you're not serious about this if you're not willing to do that. But second of all, you need to take all the info I have given you on this YouTube channel and just start doing the work. Piece it together as you go. There are videos all over this channel that tell you exactly what to do. But making mistakes and failures, that's just part of the game. There's no secret, foolproof plan that some guy on the internet is gatekeeping from you. That's not real. There are just too many variables in reality for there to be a simple, hey, you just walk this path and you'll never make a mistake again plan. That doesn't exist. But just understand, this helped me a lot. Everyone has made mistakes. Everyone hits obstacles. It's the people who just say, okay, this is no big deal. I'm going to figure this out. And they keep going anyways. Those are the people that succeed. The people who cannot handle a few ups and downs and they just freak out and quit and give up, those are the ones that fail. The next thing that keeps a lot of people from starting or succeeding is they are looking for what I call a time money back guarantee. So what does this mean? Before people will start working on something, they want to know for 100% fact that it's going to work. But again, this is not how reality works. What they're doing with this is they're basically trying to avoid any effort on their part unless they know for a fact something will work. And this is how losers think. This is not how winners think, okay? Losers think, well, I don't want to do something unless I know it's going to work for sure, because I might look stupid or I might look like an idiot if it doesn't work. I don't want to try something and fail because then I'd look stupid. No winner in the history of Earth has ever thought this way, okay? The winner is already over here firing at like 5 other things. He's fired 20 different shots and he's lapped you 10 times because he doesn't care about wasted effort or what people think. He just wants to fucking win. That's all he cares about. Do you understand? He's not worried about what people think or if he looks stupid. He's trying to win and he's focused on doing the work. And this is notice the difference in focus. Most people their focus is outward. What is everyone thinking of me? Am I doing this right? The winner's just like, I want this result and I'm going to do whatever it takes. I'm going to fucking figure this out till I get to this result. Do you understand the difference in where your thoughts are and where the focus is? It's huge. And again, when it comes to wanting this time money back like guarantee for your effort, there's no way to see the future. I have put tons of time into things that failed. And when they failed, I didn't cry about it. I just moved on to the next one. And I learned a ton of lessons from those failures anyway that got me here today. So how could any of that have been wasted time or wasted effort? And none of those failures were this ultimate failure that everybody worries about. And also, you could take the easiest business model in the entire world, let's say selling crack, right? That stuff sells itself. You know, you're probably going to make a ton of money, but there's still no way to know for a fact that you will succeed. Do you understand what I'm saying? You know, you have to do things. You have to do something to know what's going to happen. So when it comes to getting into high ticket sales, what a lot of people will do is, this happens on sales calls. People will be like, well, I want to do this, but how do I know for a fact that I'll get a good job? What's the guarantee? And the answer is, if you follow this process that you are given, just like the other people who have followed this process, you will succeed. And quick side note, when people do this on calls, I immediately disqualify them. The second they do stuff like this, I can see all the issues they have going on in their brain, and I'm not going to work with them. So if that's you, and you get on sales calls with other entrepreneurs or looking for help from me or other entrepreneurs, they're not going to help you. If you have these attitude problems or these beliefs going on in your brain, I'm not going to waste my time trying to fix all your issues. You have to fix those on your own, and then you can come to people and get their help, right? But the answer to that is, if you just follow the process that you're given, just like the other people who have followed this process many times, you will succeed. But the effort in, or the problem in giving you a guarantee is that I can't control you. You are a person with your own actions and own thoughts, okay? So I can't control, let's say, for example, if you go on the interviews and you're fucking weird or you shit your pants. How's that my fault, right? I can't control if we get you into like I do all this work and I get you into a good job, but then you get in there and you slack off and you don't do the work and you're lazy, which is also very common, okay? I can't control if I give you this plan and you're not consistent. You don't do the work. I can't control that. So all of these things are in your control. So how can I guarantee for a fact that you are going to succeed? You know? Do you see how ridiculous it is to put your success as someone else's responsibility? And a side note about the people I don't want to work with, the winners, they don't come on the calls and do this. They're not like super skeptical or like worried about this dumb shit. They come on the call and they're like, I know this is what I want to do. Let's go. And guess what? Those people succeed in like a week. They get a good job in like a week, making money in like 30 days. Tons of it. You know, it's all up here, bro. Like all of this stuff is in your control. But what I will do, like I said, is give you a tried and tested, proven process that I spent years honestly perfecting. And you can use this process to get a proven sales job that many other people are doing successfully. I will give you that. Something I put more time into this process than you could ever understand. And it works, right? And I will help you with that. I will guide you through that. And if you just do the work, there's an extreme likelihood and almost 100% certainty that you will succeed. You know how I know? Because this is how it plays out with all of the people that come and work with me. So if you just do that, you will get a good job. Now, another example of wanting this time money back guarantee is with like starting a business, because sales and business are interchangeable. It's the same concept. I will see people say, oh, I don't want to buy into a program or start working on a business unless I know for a fact that it's the right decision and it will work, which again, there's no way to know that. You have to do shit in the real world to succeed, and most people don't do anything. And until you start doing things, you're not going to know what's going to happen. YouTube can't help you. The internet doesn't have answers for you. Some guy online, he can't tell you what's going to happen. You know? But people put people on screens like on a pedestal and think they know everything, that I can see your future. Like you are a huge part of this. Your work ethic, all of this stuff, okay? Most of the success is on you. People can give you a blueprint. People can help you. People can hold your hand, but your actions and following through and how you handle obstacles will determine what happens from there. And this is the huge reason why most people never succeed, because they don't do anything. They don't take enough action. This is it. This is a huge problem I see with most people in general these days. They don't do anything. They're on social media for like 6, 8, 10 hours a day. They're constantly saying, oh, I'll start tomorrow. And then 15 years goes by and they just never do anything. They don't start a business. They don't take any action. They don't try to get a better job. They don't try and meet people or girls or talk to anybody new ever. They don't get outside of their comfort zone at all. But they watch like 6 hours of TV a night, and it never occurs to them their entire life is passing them by while they're doing this, right? And if they do try to do something and it doesn't work immediately, or they face any resistance at all, they start crying and run back home and screaming on the internet. But if they had not done that, and if they had just kept trying things, yes, some of those things would fail, but then some of them would work and their life would be in this wildly different, better place. That's all that I did, is I just kept taking action. I didn't stop when I failed at things. And with high ticket sales or online business, anyone I know that's tried hard at like multiple things, they either succeed with the first thing because they just stuck with it, because all business models work, or they succeeded on like their second thing. And every single one of them has made lots of money. Every single friend or person I know who got into this at the same time as me, like years ago, and they just stuck with it, they're all making tons of money. Whether it's in high ticket or with some kind of internet business. Not one of them is like, well, I couldn't figure it out, you know? I've never seen that happen. It's the giving up and the quitting, the crying and complaining on the internet. That's why most people are where they're at, because they're doing that and they're not taking action. So the amount of energy, think about the amount of energy when you're on social media, how many long ass comments you see, how many people you see in comment sections. Think about how much energy people put into writing these negative comments on the internet. It's astounding if you think about it. Why don't you put that energy into fixing your life? You know, crying and complaining every day in comment sections like it's their job. This is nuts, bro. This is a large section of adult males these days. But not knowing what to do, okay, to circle back to the very beginning, not knowing what to do is not a reason not to do something. This is your life. You have to figure it out, which means you're going to have to start taking action at some point. And two, failing at something is not a reason to give up entirely. You might fail 20 times before you get to this amazing life, but you couldn't handle one failure, so you're never going to get to this amazing life that was waiting for you. It doesn't make any sense. These are false beliefs and negative stories you have in your mind, and you have the power to change those literally this second, bro. And I'm making this video with you. If you notice, the past couple of days have been some intense videos because these are common problems that I see with most people I work with, 90% of people, and I dealt with all this stuff. So I know exactly how you feel, okay? And this is how most people think. It's very common. But if you just dive into something, it doesn't have to be this. I don't care. I want you to succeed. If I just was going to try to psyop you into my thing, I wouldn't be as in your face. I would fucking lie to you and tell you, oh yeah, all those other things, they don't work. You got to do this. I don't tell you that. I want you to do what's going to work for you. That's how you're going to succeed and have a good life, okay? But if you just dive into anything and commit and just say, I'm going to figure this out no matter what, and I'll find and ask for help from more successful people when I need it, and when it gets difficult, I'm not going to give up. I'm going to keep going. Bro, you're going to figure it out. I promise you will figure it out. It will probably just take longer than you think, but that is normal for every single person, okay? There's no easy button. That's not real. There's no download this entire file of all the answers into your brain so you're never going to make a mistake or look dumb. The closest thing you will get to that is joining a program, getting some kind of mentorship for whatever it is that you want to do, where you can have direct access to people who have been through the things you're going through and who have succeeded at what you were trying to do, and they can work directly with you and your specific situation. That's why a mentorship is so valuable. Do you understand? Because everyone has their own specific needs and situations. So it's hard to give that to, the YouTube videos are broad, right? You can't dial in with someone specifically over a YouTube video. And like I said, if you don't want to do that, you can just use the information that you've been given online, which these days you have access to all the information that you need and you can just figure it out yourself, which many, 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 many people have done. That's what I did because there just wasn't anybody helping me with this stuff back then. And those people, including myself, didn't let the things I talk about in this video stop them. Lastly, circling back to the first thing, not knowing exactly what to do. The people who come into because I like to end these videos with encouragement. The people who come into my program and do the absolute best, the people who I see do the best in anything, are the ones who just send it. They're not worried about making mistakes. They aren't worried if they do things perfectly. They're doing it ugly. They're committed to the goal, to the result. So they're not fence sitters. They aren't getting hung up on all these things in their mind. Oh, well, what if I pay for this program and it doesn't work out? Is this a scam? You know, what if I mess up and everyone talks about me, right? The people who succeed are not thinking about these things. They're not thinking about any of that, okay? Because they just want to succeed. That's what they're thinking about. So they just take massive action every single day. And when they make mistakes, they just brush it off. No big deal. They keep going. They don't let that stop them. Whereas most people hit one obstacle and they throw a temper tantrum, right? They get extremely emotional and it derails their entire life. You know, you just stay calm, solve the problem, keep going. Next step, keep taking action, all right? Like the people that succeed in my program, I can tell they've just decided I'm doing this. There is no other option. And I'm going to do what it takes because they ultimately want the result. They don't care about all this other nonsense. They care about getting to the goal, to the result. And those people always succeed from what I have seen. And I can tell you that again because I've been both people. I've been the first person who could not make a move without having this entire perfect plan in front of me, which again doesn't exist. And guess what? I never did shit. I never got anywhere. And now I'm the person who I am today who just sends it. I just do it shitty. I just do everything ugly. I just get it done. I don't think, I just fire, and that's why I win and figure everything out. And my life is wildly better today than it ever was before. Life is just about doing shit, making mistakes, learning lessons, keeping on moving forward, no matter what happens. That's how you end up with the things you want, not by analyzing things like a dork before you even take the first step. If you want to get a high ticket sales job, that has been proven that you can do that and make 10K a month and more by thousands and thousands of people. Thousands of people are doing this successfully. The process to do that is all over the internet and all over my YouTube page and in my program. This has been proven time and time again. There might as well be scientific research behind it, you know? So don't let some small things hang you up and completely derail your train off the tracks and keep you from making any moves when you have the entire blueprint right in front of you. So get started, do it ugly, keep going forever. That's the end of the video. If you want my help getting a closer job or a setter job, go to the links in the description. Until next time.